I know that it is hard for Americans to realize the magnitude of the war in which we are involved.
Charging of groundwater. They allow percolation of water back into the earth, replenishing the ancient groundwater reservoirs. A sustainable cycle that has been going on for centuries. In the absence of forests, less evaporation takes place, leading to less rainfall. The scanty rainfall water flows off the barren slopes without percolating into the ground. Even Cherrapunji, which receives the highest volume of rainfall every year, today faces acute water shortages. This is because most of the trees have been cut down. Cherrapunji does not have enough vegetation to help catch rainwater and percolate it back into the soil. Most of the water just runs off the mountainsides, lost forever. Forest loss and forest degradation have led to disastrous impacts globally, affecting global climate, leading to erratic weather patterns, floods and droughts, affecting local communities, and have left millions homeless. What is happening around the world happens closer home in
shock of battle, nor the long-drawn trials of vigilance and exertion will wear us down. Give us the tools, and we will finish the job. With every month that passes, the many proud and once happy countries is now holding down by brute force and vile intrigue, are learning to hate the Prussian yoke. And all the time, masters of the sea and air, the British Empire, nay, in a certain sense, the whole English-speaking world, will be on his track, bearing with them the swords. Humanity, with all its fears, with all the hopes of future years, is hanging breathless on thy fate. Put your confidence in us. Give us your faith and your blessing. And under Providence, all will be well. All will be well.
We cannot allow the natural passions and prejudices of other peoples to lead our country to destruction. They have used the war to add unlimited billions to a debt which was already the highest we have ever known. They have used the war to justify the restriction of congressional power and the assumption of dictatorial procedures.
Water is getting scarce. Mindless cutting of forests has killed the perennial water sources.
We shall not fail or falter. We shall not weaken or tire.
But they believed that this country could be enticed into the war in very much the same way that it was enticed into the last one. First, to prepare the United States for foreign war under the guise of American defense. Second, to involve us in the war step by step without our realization. Third, to create a series of incidents which would force us into the actual conflict. These plans were, of course, to be covered and assisted by the full power of their propaganda. newsreels lost all semblance of objectivity. Newspapers and magazines began to lose advertising if they carried anti-war articles. A smear campaign was instituted against individuals who opposed intervention. The terms fifth columnist, traitor, Nazi, anti-Semitic were thrown ceaselessly at anyone who dared to suggest that it was not to the best interests of the United States to enter war.
But now that we are in the war, there are only two sides, and the time has come.
And our lives too are dependent on the forests and Earth's natural resources.